Welcome to the Innovation Interview Series. My name is Chris Rundy and I'm Director of the Airport Innovation Accelerator here at AAAE. Today I'm in the studio with Ted Carniol, President of RGI Commercial Solutions. Welcome, Ted.
Hi, Chris. Nice to be here.
Thank you for coming. So, to start off, can you give us a little background on yourself and how RGI Commercial Solutions came into being?
Sure. Thanks, Chris. So I've been people that know me know that I'm a problem solver. I'm very passionate about solving problems. I've been fortunate to be able to turn this drive to the aviation industry for the past 15 years. Last year, by coincidence, I came across this amazing company called RGI, which delivers innovative solutions to the Department of Defense to take imagery and geospatial data and deliver it to soldiers on the battlefield. It seemed to us that this made perfect sense to transition this technology to the aviation community to provide solutions to allow airports to improve their operational efficiency, enhance safety, and improve their security.
So it sounds like this is clearly a proven field in the DoD space. They've sort of fine-tuned it. It sounds like RGI is right in the middle of all of that. What makes this important and viable for airports at this point in time? Why is it now sort of the time that airports would need something like this?
Well, this has always been a critical need of airports. In fact, the Midwestern Airport did a study a few years ago, and determined that the available solutions were cost prohibitive and didn't meet the requirements. Today is the time because one, the airport surface is much more complex than it has in the past, with an increase of operations providing more congestion in a constrained area. And two, proven technologies like RGI has developed for the Department of Defense, as well as commercial technologies and sensors and communications, are much more advanced than they were just years ago. So the time really is right for these types of solutions.
So it's more cost effective, it's proven, it's ready to go. Can you give an example of how an airport would benefit from this type of technology and approach?
Sure. So the technology, let me summarize technology initially. The technology really consists of situational awareness on mobile and web applications to provide information globally, anywhere, anytime, to all stakeholders on an airport, to be able to visualize the location of assets, track the location of assets at once-a-second update rates across the entire airport operating area, which includes geofence, analytics, alerts to both system users as well as vehicle operators themselves, forensics analysis, robust reporting, and replay capabilities to better understand the situation and provide opportunities for continual process improvement. So the benefits to airports are increased operational efficiencies. For example, an airport in the Southwest indicated it's difficult many times to find common use assets such as air stairs. This will allow them to quickly locate their air stairs. There was an instance where a tug went missing. Turns out an employee drove it to the parking garage because he didn't want to walk to his car. So be able to find these assets immediately is of much value. In addition, airports are able to more efficiently utilize their staff and assets. Rather than have to have an escort vehicle, for example, on every construction truck that comes in, they could use what we call a digital escort. Just slap a sensor with a geofence on it and let the truck go to its operating area.
Interesting. So it's about airport assets, but it's also about the ecosystem within the airport. So it's the tenants, it's many other folks can benefit from this type of approach for efficiency and otherwise. And now we know that you can take a tug off the airport and save a little bit of time in the process. So the solution sounds like it's ready. You've got the concept together. What's the next step in your mind? Where are you headed?
Sure. And before I address that,
Sure.
let me just also mention enhancements to safety as well. I think is very critical. As an airport on the West Coast that mentioned to us, it's really important for them to understand if red tagged assets go into operation before they've been repaired or inspected. This system will allow detection of these vehicles if they leave their maintenance areas before they've been inspected. Also, during whiteout conditions, it's important to know if the last de-icing vehicle has left the runway. You'd be able to determine that with this before you open up the runway again. Where we see this going in the future is a series of field trials conducted over the summer with a variety of airports of different sizes, small, medium, and large airports, to really understand and quantify the benefits to airports. And we anticipate having a full operational system deployed by January 2017, just in time for the AAA conference in Hawaii. And we will continue to work with both AAAE and the aviation community to ensure that our solution evolves as the demands and requirements evolve.
That's wonderful. Well, I think the timing is right for a cost-effective and intelligent approach to asset management at airports, and we appreciate everything that you're doing to help. So with that, is there anything else that you think is important for airports to understand in particular, or anything that you want to leave in the minds of the audience?
Sure. A couple things, Chris. One, I didn't address safety yet, but in terms of safety, I didn't address security yet, but in terms of security, there, in many cases, are assets that require what we'll call a moving geofence or barrier around them to make sure nothing comes within a certain distance. This technology will allow these types of moving geofences. Further, some airports have mentioned to us that they're very concerned about the location of their tanker trucks. So having geofences that maintain tanker trucks stay within their defined operating areas is essential and absolutely critical.
Absolutely. Well, that's fascinating, and it is truly a critical need in the security space as well. So. Well, I want to thank you for visiting with us today and sharing your solution, and for being part of the market match process to get input from airports and move forward together. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. We look forward to taking this proven technology that's been in use by DoD and be able to transition it to the aviation community. We believe there's significant benefits that will assist airports and their tenants.
Absolutely. Thanks again. So thank you for joining us again for this session of the Innovation Interview Series. You can find out more on RGI Commercial Solutions on the Accelerator webpage under Market Match.